Okay, so we're going to go over the quiz number 3. Okay. All right, let me see. Okay, so this is quiz number 3 that was on February 15, 2022. Okay, question 1. When a voltage is indicated at some point in the circuit, the voltage is actually, it's between that point and the reference point. This is when we will, same thing when we run on the MCM7, we did that. So it's always between that point and the reference point. So the answer is A as an apple for number 1. Number 2, in a series circuit, the current is the same in all part of the circuit. So in a series circuit, you only have one current. So it doesn't matter where you measure, you're going to get just that one value current. Okay, so the answer is B as in Bob for number 2. In a series circuit, the source voltage is equal to the sum of the voltage drop across the component. So the answer is A as in apple for number 3. Okay. So in the question number 1, 2, or 3, these are the basic concept that you have to know, because this is what you're going to be running some tests in the lab when you do the DC board, or in this case, you're going to be working on either semiconductor or transistor amplifier. Okay, so you're going to be doing these. You're going to do these basic steps to collect your data. Okay, so any question number 1, 2, or 3? Okay, no question. Next set. Okay, in a series circuit, the total resistance is you're going to be, so in total resistance, you just add whatever the resistance in series. So R1, R2, R3. So equal to sum of individual resistance. Okay, so therefore, this is the formula to calculate the total resistance. Okay, the answer is C as in cat for number 4. Number 5, if the voltage source in the figure above is increased from 10 volt to 20 volt, then, okay, so if that happened, then your voltage drop also going to be increases according to that increase. So increase by a factor 2, so the voltage here will be increased by a factor 2. This is going to be by factor 2, this is factor 2. So the answer is B as in Bob for number 5. Okay. So in equation number 4 or 5. So like I said, you will have a chance to run this test in the lab, and you can be able to check it for yourself. Okay. So next, in equation number 4 or 5. Okay, no question. Okay, number 6, in the circuit, if R3 increased from 1.5 kilo ohm to 3 kilo ohms, okay, so if you increase so you're increasing the resistance, therefore you're going to decrease the current in the circuit. So the answer is B, the circuit current would decrease to 1.7 milliamps. Okay, so the answer is 6, is B as in Bob for number 6. So you can do the calculation here. So too, also R total is be R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now your R3 is going to be 3K. It's going to be double as much. So your total will be 6K. And you apply the Ohm's law, I equal VA divided by R total. Okay, so 10 volt divided by 6K. That gives you a 0.001667 amps. That's same thing as 1.67 milliamps. So if you rounded this up to 1.7, so the answer is B as in Bob for 6. Okay, number 7, a decrease of current in a series circuit can be caused by, well, like I said right here, it's from number 6. It can cause by increase in resistance. So the answer is C as in cat for number 7. Okay, any question number 6 or 7? No question. Okay, next set. Okay, number 8, when the resistance of a series string decreases, okay, so when you have a resistance decreases, you're going to be increasing the current, because the inverse proportion, inverse relationship. So if you decrease the resistance, you increase the current. So the answer is B as in Bob for number 8. Number 9, when resistance is added in parallel, total current will increase because anytime you add resistance in parallel, you're going to decrease the resistance. So therefore, you're decreasing the resistance. Therefore, you're going to increase the current. Okay, so the answer is C as in cat for number 9. Number 10, when two resistance are connected in parallel, the voltage across each is the same. Okay. So the answer is B as in Bob for number 10. So any question number 8, 9, or 10? Okay, no question. Okay, number 11, branch voltage in a parallel circuit is equal to the source voltage, okay? Doesn't matter which one it is. Like you said, either we measure here. So measure voltage 20 volt here. You can measure here, it's still 20 volt. Measure here, it's 20 volt. Measure here, it's still 20 volt. Okay, so therefore it's equal to the source voltage. So A as an apple for number 11. Okay, number 12. Current in a parallel circuit is equal to the sum of all branch circuit currents. Okay, so you got current that going down this way, current down this way, current down this way. So if you add them all together, it would equal your total current is available for this circuit. So the answer is D as in David for number 12. Number 13, the total current for the circuit is, okay, so you do that calculation. So you got R total is R1 parallel with R2 parallel with R3. And so you use the R total equals 1 over the equivalent of 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. Okay, so you do that conversion. So make sure you convert it to ohm and you do your calculation. Your R total comes to 702.12 ohms. And then I equals VA divided by R total. So 20 volt divided by 702.12 ohms, that yields 0.02848 amps, or convert that to milliamps is 28.48 milliamps. So the answer is D as in David for number 13. Okay. Any question on number 11, 12, or 13? Okay, no question. Okay, number 14. If a 700 ohms resistor were added in parallel with the resistors above, the equivalent resistance would be, okay, so now we got, so R1, R2, R3, and then we're going to add another one that's going to be represent R4, would be 700 ohms. So R1 parallel R2, parallel R3, parallel with R4. So your equivalent comes to, if you do that calculation, comes to about 350.53 ohms, or the answer is A as in apple for number 14. Okay, number 15, when you connect a multimeter in a parallel circuit to measure the total circuit current, okay, the meter is connected in series between the source voltage and the first branch, okay? That is to get the total current. Okay, so the answer is B as in Bob for number 15. Okay, any question number 14 or 15? No question, okay. Next set. Okay, so if R3 is open, total circuit current would be, okay, so R3 would be here. So as of right now, so if R3 is open, now you only have R1 and R2 combined together. So you're going to increase the resistance. So R1 plus R2. So R1 plus R2, so 330 ohms plus 1200 ohms, that's going 1530 ohms. So the answer is A as an apple for number 16. Okay, number 17, if R1 is shorted, the circuit current would increase. Okay, so R1 is shorted, so therefore now you got just these two that's together. So by shorting R1, you're going to decrease the resistance. So decreasing resistance would increase the current. So the answer is A as an apple for number 17. Okay, so as you do, I did a calculation here. So if you remove R1, so you got R2 parallel with R3, that comes out 800 ohms. and you do the calculation, that's come to 17.75 milliamps, okay? So therefore, so you got an increase in current. So originally, so if you have here, when you don't have anything, you have the total with all the parts in place, you have about 13.27 milliamps. But when R1 is shorted, you got an increase of current to 18.75 milliamps. Okay, so the answer is A as an apple for 17. Any questions, 16 or 17? Okay, no question. Okay, 18. A 5 ohm resistor connected to a 20 volt DC source will dissipate. Okay, so this one calculating power. So ours is 5 ohm, voltage is 20 volt. And then you got power equal V squared divided by R. So therefore 20 volt VDC square divided by 5 ohm. So 20 square would be 400 divided by 5. Okay, so 400 divided by 5 give you 80 watts. So the answer is C as in cat for number 18. Number 19, in electric circuit where the source voltage is 120 volt and the total circuit current is 5 amps, how much power is being used? Okay, so V equals 120 volt, I equals 5 amps, P equals V times I. So 5 amps times 120 volt, that would yield 600 watts. So the answer is A as an apple for 19. Okay. Total power in a series circuit is equal to the sum of the power dissipated by each resistor. So the answer is B as in Bob for number 20. Okay. So any question number 18, 19, or 20? Okay, look like everyone's good. Okay, back to you, Mr. Pham. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, so basically the quiz just asking very, very basic. That means if you understand reading the question, you can answer right away. Okay, so today I will be teaching on C++ introduction. Last semester I'm not get it done. Okay, so today we will do it. Okay, so we need this program. I'm not trying to teach you to be a programmer, but I need to help you in order you can do anything regarding into the electronic. You know, in the textbook, they can using the same word, but they're using the program is not up to date. Some textbook they still using basic, okay? But the thing is we have to be up to date. That is this software using everywhere at this time. Okay? So that's what we call a C++ programming. And this is two keys, concept, OOP, objects, and classes. The reason you get a C++ They say OP, what developical limitation, what did cover in earlier approach to the programming. You understand in the past, you can get the basic, you can get the Pascal, you can get the Fortran, COBOL. That's the old languages. The big problem is they get a problem with the memory. You don't have a problem when we're doing things here. However, company and something out there, they can get a problem when they get too much data, and they can head into the problem is memory limited. In C++, you don't have that problem. Okay, now. Okay, on this page, only thing I want you to make sure you know, the object-oriented approach, the fundamental idea behind object-oriented language is they combine into a single unit both data and the function that operate on that data. Now, try to say what is the data and what is the function. I've given you a very simple example. If you go to ATM, okay, they will be displayed. You want to deposit, you want to withdraw, okay, or you want to transfer. That is a function. Okay, and what is the data? The data is your money. For example, you want to deposit, then they can display, you know, how much you want to deposit or whatever, and they can put it in your account. Okay, so that is a function for deposit, just a couple lines. Okay, how you want to withdraw? What happened? First thing, they want to say how much money you get into your bank account. And now they can ask you how much you want to withdraw. If that less money than money in your account, then they allow. They can give you money. That's another function. That means a small program. Okay? And that function, and they have to work in with your data, your money. Okay? So they say both data and function that operate, okay, have to be work together. The next one, an object function. That's what they call a member function in C++. Typical provide only way to access its data. That means you cannot get into your account, then you cannot get money. Cannot access data directly. Okay, no way. You have to let them know, okay, your account and also anything need to verify before they give out the money. And they say the data is hidden. That means you never know. Okay? Your money anywhere. Data and its function are said to be encapsulated. Try to understand encapsulated, what that means. That means the function and the data must working together. Okay? A data encapsulation and the data hiding are the key terms in description of object-oriented language. Okay? In C++ program, typical concept of number of objects which communicate with each other by calling one another's member function. That means every program they can divide into small programs and they can be worked together. Data items are referred to as instant variable. Okay, let me show you this thing here. Okay, if try to get if H is a variable. Then X equal. If X or if A or if B is a variable, then what do you think X supposed to be equal? Any number, right? You can say equal 1,000. That's okay. Or equal any number. So you can see, I can just C equal Q times X. Then C equal.
2000.
What's C equal?
2000.
2,000. So basically, I got a variable. Now, in the computer, when you're typing a X equal 1,000, and later on, you can, using X value, then they know X equal to 1,000. Times 2, you get 2,000. So, in the computer hardware, what is X?
An address.
Exactly. H, B, and address. Or location. In computer. Okay, now try to understand address. If I get a computer, only 3 wires. Computer. Only 3 wires. Address. Then question A, how many locations?
Eight.
Okay, very good. You know, I can tell you this one. If you get C, B, A, then you get a truth table. You get the first one will be 0, 0, 0, 0. And the next will be 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay? And the second line, you can get a 0, 0. One, 1. 1. 0. Zero. 1. 1. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Let's see, sorry. You get only 8 combinations. I get it wrong right here. Just a minute. 4, 0.
4 zeros and 4 ones, right?
4, 1.
Yes.
Okay. 4, 0, 4, 1. So we don't get this one. We don't have this one. Okay. And then you can get another one. Okay. Will be 0.
0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1.
Right. Zero, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So they will be 8 combinations. Eight combination for 3. So you can use in the formula. 2 power of 3. That given you 8. That's just a very simple thing. However, The computer cannot get 3 wires. How many wires for address in the path? At the beginning, you get 8 wires, 16 wires, okay? In path, 16 wires. So how many locations? Two power of 8, 60, sorry, equal what number? 2 power
65536. 65536.
Okay, just a minute. 65536.
Correct.
Okay, so in the path, your computer gets 6 wires for the address. You get the total location inside your computer will be 65,536. However, if you use decimal, then they will be what? 65,535. The thing is, binary start with a 0, okay? So that's why decimal will be less than 1. So that is telling you how big your computer can do. The location on the 65,535 location. But the thing is now, you understand the computer now. How many wires for address?
64.
64. So that's why you're using the formula 2 power to 64. You can get a very, very big number. If you bought the old computer and you get a new hard drive, they're not working. The thing is, the new hard drive will be very, very big, okay? So that is talking about the memory in hardware. So if I said X equal 20, okay, then the computer not understand. X basically just a location address inside computer. And you want to put a number 20 into that variable. Okay? And the computer will be asking you, they don't know what is X. So that's why at the beginning, you have to get what they call a declaration. Okay? That means you have to say int. X. Then now they understand. Int means integer. You want to tell the computer, I want location X, okay? And will be contain integer. So now, what inside the computer? The computer will be prepared for you a location named X. And integer, that means they given you 2 bytes of the memory. Okay, 2 bytes means 8 bytes will be 8 bit. 2 bytes, you get 16 bit. That means you get 16 bit to store the value into 8. Okay, that will be telling you, okay, at a integer. And get 2 bytes. Eight byte will be 8 bit, 2 byte will be 16 bit. Enable to handle, can handle. Okay, value. From 32 minus 32,000 to 32,000. Okay, so when you say you want to tell computer you want to get a variable to store the data, if you say integer, they can store the number only from minus 32,000 to 32,000. Okay, later on, you say x equal 400,000. Then what happened? They will be telling you overload. That means the number you want to say into X too big. Okay. In this case, you want it, you can say, you make a decoration. Long integer. Then you'll be okay. That means now they can give you a big room so you can store the data. Okay. Okay, let's see. Calling an object members function refer to sending a message to the object you want to deposit. You have to call the function deposit. In OOP, objects are member of the class, so this will be more, okay? Later on, if you want to be a programmer, then you have to learning, more, like, you can see the class, see a pointer, you can see a lot of things, okay? Now, this is a development for the software, apply for everyone. Engineering, okay? Anyone want to learn it. the software. First thing, you start here. And now you go to edit the source code. What that mean? What you do? What that mean for edit the source code?
You have to change your C code.
That telling you, you get into C++ and typing your program. That means edit the code. Okay? The thing is when you get into your C++ and now you still start typing the program. After that, you have to compile. Compile here, that means the compiler will be checked to make sure you follow the rules. Okay? To working in C++ software. And also they will be telling you compile error. If you see no error, you done, you go this way. If you get error, what you need to do, go back to your code, fix the error, compile again. Keep doing until you get no errors. That is what you need to do when you get the calculate program will be given to you and try to help you how to do it. Not a big deal. Okay, if you don't have any error and you're going to run execution and you run execution, okay, if it come out right, then you done. If not coming right, you get a problem. This is a logical problem. It's very hard to fix it. I given you example. You get a function, very simple thing. Okay? You can get A equal 3. Okay? And B equal 5. And now you want to do A plus B. You're supposed to get number 8. That's a very simple program. You get variable A equal 3, B 5. And you say A plus B is supposed to be 8. After you typing in, you compile, you get no error. However, when you try to run, they're supposed to bring it out number 8. They bring it out number 7. That means wrong. Okay? That's why you have to go back your source code and try to fix the problem. That's what they call logic error, logical error. When you compile in here, you get error. That's just a syntax error. They make sure you follow the rules of the C++. Okay? We don't care about review. Every C++ program has a main function. Okay? That means whatever you want to do in your software, in your program, they get a function they call a main. You see, open the bracket, close the bracket here. That means the main. A function is a block of code that perform one or more actions. Usually functions are invoked or called by other functions. That means basically They get a big program, but inside they get too many functions. You need the great function, you call that function. Like you get deposit, withdraw, transfer, whatever. That each one is a function, okay? Depending on what you need. Main function is special. When your program starts, main equal automatic calling. That means the first thing they want to do, they call that main function. Own function begin with open brace and end with a closing brace. If you open, then you must be closed. Okay, comments. Comments are simply text that is ignored by the compiler, but that may inform the reader of what you are doing at any particular point in your program. Okay, now, two ways to put a comment. First thing, you put a double slash, then whatever you want to type in later, they consider to be a comment. For example, this is my first C++ program. So the compiler not check anything. Okay. After that, comment. Okay. Second word, they're using the start slash and have to be end with the start slash. For example, you see start slash right here. This is my first C++ program, and you have to end with the start slash. Okay, now, which one? For two different types. Okay, what the difference? Compare the first.
Single line versus paragraph.
Compare the first command here and the second command. What the difference?
The first one is a single comment line, and the second one is a paragraph.
Okay, very good. The first one only single lines. That means after this line, you go to next line, they know no more comments. Only single line only. However, the second one, you can type in too many lines between the start slash and with and of that line. Okay, so that is a big difference. And now I can tell you why do we need the comments. The thing is, when they're reading the program without the comments, they don't know what you're doing. So that's why if you're working for the government, what we did, okay, when I try doing something, I have to put a comments. This day I want to test U1, U2, U3, U4, for example. Why I have to do that way? Why they want? The reason is, in case I'm no longer working, someone take over, and that comments will be help them in order to get the job done. Otherwise, they don't know what's going on in the code, okay? So that the comment is very, very important. When you see my simple program for a calculation, You can see I put a lot of comment. And when you're reading, you know what I'm doing. Now, function is one of the fundamental of C++ program. Can be part of the class. We don't care about this one. That means the class different chapter can be independent. C++ program must have one function that is man. Okay? The thing is, even you don't have any function in your program, but you must get one function in man. You will be typing your program inside the main function. Parenthesis, close, open and close. Following the word man, a distinguished feature of the function. The first statement is execute will be at the beginning of the main function every time running in C++. You want to understand, you have to read this handout 100 times. Go over and over. They will be going to your brain. At a certain point, you can understand everything. You never know. Okay? Next will be the program statement. Is the fundamental unit of C++ programming. Each statement must be ended with a semicolon. Now, I can tell you, if you say integer A, then you get syntax error. Why? The thing is you're missing semicolon. Okay? Or you can say A equal B plus C. Then you can get the error. You're missing semicolon. Okay? So that's why any statement in C++ must be end with semicolon. Okay? White space, ignore. What that mean?
It's not going to execute that that command.
On the comment? What is on the comment? White space A equal, and you're supposed to type B plus C. That will be in the path. Program. However, in C++, they say ignore white space. You can type in A. You don't care how many Y in here. And you can say equal B. Okay, plus C. Okay, that be fine. They're working. So that's a very good one.
Does that apply to empty lines in the code too? Like, so if you hit enter a few times, it just skips that?
You mean the space, right? Can you repeat your question?
I meant like if you hit return a few times after your line and then started a new line, that space would just be skipped as well, just like a space
Yeah, that's
bar.
still okay.
Okay.
You can go to next line or next line or next line. However, if they not see the semicolon, you're not done. Okay? You understand statement have to be and with semicolon. And now you can say, see here, you adding, you going see here. That's okay.
All right.
However, you must get the semicolon. Then they know you add. Okay?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not. That's what I show you right here. You see that? A equal B. And you can skip the space. You can go to next line, that'd be fine. However, N must be semicolon. If you don't have a semicolon, you get error. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, next, string constant. String constants surrounded by quotation mark, like you say, hello. That you get a question mark here. And that's what they call a string constant. First thing you recognize, what is it? Then when you say hello here, you know that is string constant. Next thing, what happened? Cannot be given new value while the program running. That means when the program running, you cannot change hello to anything else. Okay. So what I recommend, when you're looking into that, you know, okay, this is a string constant. That's the first step. The second one, you understand when your program running, whatever inside the double quote cannot be changed. Processor directive start with the pound sign and end without semicolon. For example, include iostream.add. Okay, iostream.add, that means input output. Add means header. That means this be doing by Microsoft. Okay, they do it everything for you. Only thing is you have to include that into your program while you're running. Okay, that will be instruction to the compiler itself. So that's why at the beginning, I'm learning C. I cannot understand. Okay? They say they're including in my program. But basically, I didn't see any difference in my program. Okay? But later on, I understand. When they say include iostream.add, that means they go to the library from Microsoft and they loading into memory of the computer, not to your computer. But your computer can use it, whatever inside that library. Okay? The include directive tell the compiler to insert another file into your source file. This is what make me confusing. compiler to insert another file into your source file that is confused. Basically, compiler will be loading that into the memory while your program running. Header file, iostream.h is one of the header file, okay? That means they can, Microsoft, they make a lot of library, okay, to help you to write the program. I can give an example. You want to solving the equation, x squared minus 2x plus 5. That's an equation. So you don't have to write the equation, but you have to include the math function from Microsoft. Then they help you to solve the problem. Okay? Command we already telling you. So, what I recommend, okay? You don't have to read too many different books. I have to did it before. Okay. What would happen to me on 1990? That means at the time C++ started. Everyone get the book to learning C++. I get the book also. I read it. I not understand at all. However, later my company given to me a project using the C++. And they told me if I cannot get through it, I'll be laid off. So now I have to get too many different books. And also asking for company sending to the school in La Jolla, Microsoft Center. I'm learning C++ 1 week, Monday to Friday. Company pay for $1,500. Only 5 days, and they talk about a whole book. No way you can understand at all. However, you can get donut and coffee every morning. And now on Friday, they give you certificate, no test. Why? The thing is, if they given you test and you fail, and they cannot give you certificate, you get a certificate, the thing is you pay for, $1,500. Then, depend on, how can you using that certificate for the job? Can you do it or not? That's not their problem. And I take about 4 or 5 classes different. However, even in the school, I couldn't understand, but I keep reading over and over and over. Up to a certain point, I understand everything. You understand, I can teach your guy. That means I have to understand. So listen to me, no matter what you do. Now the software is very, very important thing. And you must get along with one software. They get different. But if you understand the C++, then go to the other thing. It's not a big deal. I want to teach the software. However, maybe I don't have enough time. Okay, up to this point, any question? And I hope you get the time, go ahead and reading this handout, I try to combine from different textbooks what we need to know, okay? And try to make it clear as possible. So the other people read it, they're able to follow it. Okay, any question, anything?
Mr. Pham, one
Yeah.
question. Why did you say, what did you say that C++ it doesn't have the memory issue in comparison to other languages? Why is better from that point of view?
No, nothing to do with memory. This software will be, you understand your window. Microsoft using this software to write the window. In the company, you want to test the circuitry engineer wrote a program to test the circuitry using the C++. You don't have to write technician, the program, but you have to run the program. They wrote by engineering to test the circuitry. If it passed, you okay. If it failed, you fix the board. That's your job. However, if you know the software, then you can read, you know what they're doing. Easy for troubleshooting. Basically, that one do nothing with the memory. Just the software tells the computer do what we want to do.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but in your first slide, you have something about memory, saying that C++ is better with memory than other languages. It was, you said that today.
Okay, so that is beginning here. This is, I said, this software will get the memory problem in the past can be solved. Why? The thing is, for this software, whatever you run, you do, they load into the memory to run the program. However, something you don't need anymore, they delete it. So that's why you don't have a problem with the memory.
Okay, got it, thank you.
In the past, they loading to memory and they keep loading. That's why they get the problem with the memory limited, okay?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pham.
Yeah, no problem. Anything, okay? Confusing, anything, not understand, just bring it up. I said, you need to study, you need to learn, okay? Not for yourself, also for your kids, your children. They have to be proud of what you're doing. I was a teacher in my country, and I worked in the Army for 8 years. When I came to the United States, I just go to university. Even I'm good full-time janitor, you know, clean it up, the classroom in the university. But I want my children be proud of me. So that's why I study. I hope you try to understand that, okay? Not for yourself, but for your family.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to do the same.
Yeah, your guy want after this program, you want to go more, you can talk to me. I can get the direction for you, which one will be the best for this situation now. Maybe next year, maybe different, okay? Like I can give you example. One student in my program, he learning to be BS degree, double E, electrical engineer. Okay, what I said, if he really like to be electrical engineer, that's okay. However, to me, electrical engineer, that means hardware engineer. It now, the job will be very limited. Why? The thing, everything they already design up to the top. Now they try to do how to using the design to apply, okay, to do something else. That means you better learning about IT, that's one area, about, software engineer. That means you want to using software to tell the hardware what they want to do. They still development, okay? Okay, anyway, we'll be see you guys next Monday, okay? Anyone get anything not quite understand and you want to asking me, just text to me you want on the Zoom, then we can get to the Zoom, try to help you understand, okay?
So, Mr. Pham, the Tech 2, we go to the lab on 54th Street tomorrow, right?
Exactly. You see on the schedule.
Okay, got you.
Okay. So,
Hey, Mr. Pham, I just wanted to confirm that you're going to text me this schedule or that I'm scheduled.
yeah, I will text you. Let's see, you the Nicola, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I text for you. Okay. Maybe telling you go ahead and go to the class at 5.
Okay. Thank you.
That's the only thing I can say right now. If you didn't see, if you don't see my tape now, go ahead and so 5 o'clock p.m.
Okay, I'll be there.
Talk to the lab instructor, not telling him, I telling you to be there.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Pham, also, don't forget to fix port C on D-Lab 1.
I already did it.
Okay.
You download now, you okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you understand in this program, I run it. All of the instructor just following whatever I tell him to do. That's it. So that's why they make money easier than myself. Okay.
So we should get a job like them, right?
But no, instructor just do what I tell him to do. That's it.
That's a good thing. Thank you very much, Mr. Pham. See you.
Okay, we'll see you guys next week.
Okay, bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Mr.
Good night.
Pham, Mr. Pham.